Hello, everyone. Okay, let's get started. Thank you for coming our presentation. This is a story about verification by quantitative data for Sony's OSS strategy, which is verified by PEST qualitative analysis. Last Open Source Summit North America, we presented qualitative analysis verify our old activity. And then this time we verify qualitative strategy by quantitative data. At first, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Kazumi Sato. I'm Distinguished Engineer, Sony Group Corporation. I work on Linux-based system software for various Sony products. I also work on OSS compliance and relationship with communities in Sony since 2002. I have been leading system software development using Linux-based system software for our products. And of course, compliance OSS license and some OSS strategies. I have been a member of OSP kind of things, OSP kind of teams for a long, long time. Yes.
Okay. And I'm Masayuki Kuwata. I'm OSP lead for Sony Group Corporation. I work on leading open source strategy with different business units. And I'm also organizing the Japan OSP local meetup in Japanese, supported by To-Do Group and OpenChain Japan Working Group. And Alan is here, but he supported a lot for our activity to collect the data for analysis. Thank you very much. And okay, let's move on to the content. We OSPO commonly talk about OSS strategy, and we don't often talk about business strategy. However, it is important to start a discussion from business strategy, especially when we talk with management team. Let me share an example of a tool for business analysis, PEST. PEST comes from political, economical, social, and technological. We explained in Open Source Summit North America this year about our PEST analysis for past open source strategy for Sony. We have listed open source strategy for PEST analysis. Today, we'd like to talk about creation area from ASWF. ASWF, or Academy Software Foundation, is under Linux Foundation, has fundamental tools for video creation as open source project. Sony is one of founder as Sony Picture Entertainment ImageWorks, and now premier member. And Technical Advisory Council chair is Larry Gritz from ImageWorks. In Open Source Summit North America, we showed PEST how SWF is a good decision for Sony business. Now, we'd like to discuss from quantitative aspect. Let's verify how our strategy is working well in actual open source development. Now, let me ask Kazumi-san to explain that.
Thank you, Kuwata-san. Before going into detail, let me share our tool for analysis. We use OSCI, Open Source Index, which is open source from IT company EPAM. This tool is used for overview analysis by analyzing GitHub. Last year, Open Source Summit North America, we show overview of open source development from three major foundation data. Linux Foundation, Apache Software Foundation, and Eclipse Foundation, like right slide. On Open Source Summit North America this year, we extract ASWF as one of important open source project for Sony Group business. Then how we can see it from OSCI data. ASWF was founded in 2018. Before 10 years of that, Sony has been studied open source development, open sourcing, from 2008. After that, open source community for creation area was gradually growing, and ASWF was founded in 2018. Under Linux Foundation umbrella, neutral governance make big growth over 2 times request. As you can see, a lot of contributors from many companies. And top contributor company is ImageWorks with regular continuous contribution. This shows good collaboration and healthy community around ASWF. We checked 5 years before and after of ASWF establishment. In total, development became 2 times. Sony ImageWorks is the biggest contributing organization for ASWF. Creation company, the majority in the community, but we can see big growth in tool vendors and other companies. This means there is a good collaboration with other technology areas like cloud company. From here, I pass to Kuwata-san.
Okay, let's move on to AOUSD. AOUSD is making an international standard for OpenUSD. OpenUSD is kind of a de facto standard open source for 3D. And even after AOUSD establishment, there is no big expansion in total number of commits. From OpenUSD commit data, we see a lot of private address, which are green parts in these birds, corporate development using private accounts is hindering the analysis. So we excluded private data from the graph. And companies' commits have been increased from 2022, when AOUSD was founded. So we can confirm OpenUSD is an important technology for many companies. When we check 3-year commit data for OpenUSD before and after of AOUSD establishment, originally developed by creation and tool companies. But after AOUSD establishment, NVIDIA and Apple have expanded commits a lot. Okay, this is the final page of our presentation. Okay, let me explain about the conclusion. From the analysis of PEST and OSCI, we've confirmed that Sony is actively engaged in ASWF. And Sony has been effectively leveraging the established foundation, ASWF, Academy Software Foundation. Sony will continue to collaborate with SWF on creation technology for creators. So we hope we can find someone who'd like to collaborate for it as an open source community. And for OpenUSD, based on the PEST analysis, we've started working for OpenUSD and we found similar companies from OSCI results. We have confirmed that our efforts align with the business direction and indeed the correct open source activities. Oh, I'm not so sure everyone knows about the Sony entertainment company or not, but yeah, our company direction is a creation, and if you can visit Sony website, then you can find creative entertainment vision. Okay, and our current strategic situation derived from our PEST analysis can be evaluated using OSCI data, Open Source Contributor Index. OSPO's activities, which include proposals based on business analysis and OSS data analysis, are key to the company's strategy. As we showed from OSCI data today, open sourcing and continuous work can gather collaborators from other companies. Neutral governance makes it jump up. Okay, let's conclude our presentation. And thank you very much for coming this session. And if you feel Sony is a good contributor for open source community, it would be great if you can visit our booth in Showcase, because Sony Semiconductor has a booth for iTrios, and there is a whiteboard with a magnet, and ask the question about, do you think Sony is a good contributor for the open source or not? But currently, the magnet shows like not. So okay, that's all. If you have a question, we have a little bit time.
Any question?
Yes.
Thank you for the presentation. It was very insightful. I am curious if you found any surprises in the data that showed an opportunity to have a better working relationship with another company than you wouldn't have otherwise pursued had you not looked at the data.
Yeah, we have prepared this presentation just before today, and we will discuss further about the business strategy after this event. But what I believe is, yeah, this is a very good data for Sony open source activity, and we can find a good collaboration as we explained. So we will find, I believe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
So I understand from the presentation that you manage very well at the top level why Sony wants to participate in open source, but I wonder how do you motivate the engineers below that to participate more regarding this time increase? So maybe you can comment a little bit on the experience.
Yeah, actually, engaged engineer is a little bit difficult because engineering contribution is a little bit hard uh, compare than internal activity. But this kind of presentation is motivated engineer because our family company collaborate as a company and success. That is a very important point. So our OSPO analyzing ourselves activity and as a company's activity. Of course, open source company, every open source company success with open source collaboration. So quantitative data, which that company collaborate with open source and success, that information is very impressed information for our engineer. Hi.
Can I comment?
Yes.
I also work at Sony. So this data is really for executives and upper management. We're taking a top-down approach, right? If we can prove to upper management that there's an ROI on investing in this, then we can free up the engineering resource time. And so I've been at Sony for a very long time, and we used to use lots of qualitative arguments, like, oh yeah, we should invest because of this and this. But if the executives see an actual ROI on like the projects that your company is using, in this particular case, these ASWF projects were things that are in the Sony Pictures pipeline. And to see them get all these additional features essentially for free and kind of a 3x multiplier on your engineering, that's very convincing for upper management.
Thank you very much, Tim.
Very much. Yeah, actually, we should do top-down approach and bottom-up approach, and we should convince middle manager is very important. Top-down and bottom-up and middle manager.
A few years ago, our colleagues presented our postal structure in the company. Sony is separate companies, so it's a corporation, which means that some of them are doing hardware and you have a different strategy than other companies inside the corporation, which are doing the software approach. So for each one of them, for each company, you have to have a separate approach. And it's exactly like we say in the group. My hospital is not your hospital. So even inside the corporation, we have different approaches for different companies.
Okay, that's about time. So thank you very much for your time.